Hello folks, it's Dylan from Alternate Universes bringing you another round of Modern. On the left we have Harry against playing Izzet Murktide, and on the right we have Adam Ling playing Rakdos Goblin combo, and let me tell you how excited I was to have this Goblin deck on camera. It is one of my favorite decks in Modern, honestly. So here's the thing, I've never actually played the deck, but I love watching content for it, and it's whatever like Goblins does well. I feel like, I don't know, a little good feeling in my heart. Like, this is good content, good stuff. Now, I know at least one person will dislike the video solely on the premise that I put Murktide on camera. I don't know what it is about this deck. Folks don't really just don't like watching it, which is understandable. Now, I wonder if that would cross over to Legacy as well, if I were to put Delver games on camera. Assuming I went back to recording Legacy. Unfortunately, I'm not in the store enough days. Or I'm in the store enough days a week that I don't want to add more days for me to be there. Which is understandable. So Harry, typically, Harry plays a different deck. And I looked at him at the beginning of the round as I started to type out his name and his like information, his lower third. And I was like, hey, are you playing what you usually play? And he goes, yes, wait, no. He usually plays like a Bant value deck, or like Selesnya value. Green-white value town. Because I was like, oh, dude, Goblins versus that? Super cool. Murktide, still cool. Arguably, actually, a really good matchup for Goblins. There are things that can go wrong. I mean, it's Murktide. The deck has bad matchups that it can still just win, right? If you hear clattering, by the way, in the background, my dryer, my clothes going through the dryer, and the dryer is on the second floor of my house. But it is quite loud right now, and I don't know what's going on. I think I left some coins in my pocket. Alright. Got a munitions expert there. Cavern naming. Goblin. Very big in this matchup. Very big against Murktide, honestly. Cavern of Souls. Does some good things for you. There's a Conspicuous Snoop. I'm going to reveal the top card of the deck. Snoop then has the activated abilities of... Oh, I hit the mic. Of all Goblins. Is it all Goblins on the field or all Goblins on the top of your deck? And there's a
ask anything.
Sling Gang Lieutenant on the top of the deck. Let's just go into MTG Goldfish. A great way to find deck lists. But you can also check the description. I have been putting links to Goldfish decks in the description. They're not always the most accurate to what people are playing, but it is the best thing that I can find.
There we go.
Alright.
Bobble, trigger.
Yeah, so Snoop, as long as the top card is a Goblin card, Snoop has all activated abilities of that Goblin, or of that card. Snoop, however, has been removed from play for understandable reasons. That's how you do the combo finish with that Matron and it's that Kiki. You need that Kiki Jiki Matron Sling Gang Lieutenant, I'm pretty sure. You like Kiki Jiki make a million Snoops. You Matron put
let's see. I'm gonna go.
No, Matron's the one that searches at your hand. How does the combo work? Oh no. I don't know. Off the top of my head, which cards do what? There's one of them that tutors to the top of the deck. Bogart Harbinger. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So, you Snoop on the battlefield, Harbinger, find Kiki Jiki, and then you use Snoop to make infinite copies of something with the Kiki Jiki activated ability. Then you copy Harbinger, activate Harbinger, and then go get Sling Gang Lieutenant, and then you just start sacking Goblins and killing and draining your opponent to death. There's a Ledger Shredder on the board. It has connived. I was like, I know the combo. Why can't I think of the name of the cards? Now, Goblins did get a big buff or boost in Dominar United with brand new card, Rundvelt Hordemaster. It is a Goblin Lord. Non-legendary creature, 2 mana, 1/1. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. When it or another goblin you control dies, exile the top card of your library. If it's a goblin creature card, you may cast that card until the end of your next turn. Pretty cool. Lets you do some draw engine shenanigans with Sling Gang Lieutenant.
Let's start with an expressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an expressive iteration here. Now, Harry's Murktide deck is a little bit different than your stock Murktide deck. He's playing Frantic Inventory. Is that the one that... Yeah, the draw card that checks the graveyard. It's pretty cute. There's not much innovation that we can really do with Murktide anymore.
I will play a.
But I think the Frantic Inventory is...
I will play a
Interesting.
Dragon's Channeler.
Alright, there's a Dragon 3 Channeler.
In response, Rakdos.
Sure.
Adam's going to fetch here.
Down to 19.
I feel like Adam heard my call last week in one of the commentaries asking for someone to play one of the new tribes. Or one of the tribes that got buffed in Dominaria. I still want someone to bring elves. I really want to put new elves on camera. Though I think they've already dropped back off on Modo again. Which is a shame. I do like the Golgari Elves deck that was going around for a little bit post-Kaldheim.
Alright. And I will pass.
Is this still 1/1 or is it?
It is on.
It is on. Okay. Thank you. Right. Untap. I will not pay Echo.
Alright, not paying the Echo cost there. Just going to sacrifice that Goblin. That Mog War Marshal. But he will be able to create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token because of the death of the Marshal.
2, 3 for slinging.
Yeah.
Alright, is a Sling Gang Lieutenant. Going to create 2 Goblin tokens.
We'll move to attack.
Yeah. I'll block munitions after.
And just jamming in a bunch of dudes.
3.
Harry's going to block one with the Channeler. Adam's just going to sack it off to the Sling Gang.
Take that 0 there. And then you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, your turn.
I think the deck has the possibility to win turn 3, right? Snoop on 2, hope it survives. Play the tutor card? Yeah, it should win the game then. I could very well just like not be thinking of something.
Second drink.
Sure. Oh, I surveil.
Right, surveil.
So I have to go to combat. I will swing for 3.
No fix.
Pay 2 Murktide.
Right, here comes the Murktide Regent. For now, giving Harry blockers so he can survive the horde of goblins. Or a blocker, I should say. Because the Chandler had to attack.
I will still have. So it'll be 3.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Your turn. I'll fetch.
Most people don't play it anymore. I still like it. Yeah, because it was slow. Yeah, it's playing slow deck.
Ooh.
Cards in hand. 2. 2. Goblin Matron.
Alright, 3 mana.
Yeah.
Goblin Matron. Going to search for a Goblin card.
Shit. Munitions expert kill machine doesn't.
I feel like Snoop might be the line.
I'm going to grab a Horde Master.
Sure.
Goes and gets the Marshal.
Also does a lot of damage.
All depends on what's in the hand, though.
The Marshal might also be pretty solid if he doesn't have removal for it. Or counter magic. If he has counter magic, then yeah.
Cast.
Go tap tap, play the Marshal, counter spell.
I will put that in grave.
I will move attack.
Blocking munitions extra, take 4.
Yep.
Alright, jams in.
Not 5, right?
Murktide's
No,
gonna
I'm- oh,
block
yeah, that
the
works. You keep track of it.
munitions
Oh,
expert.
I had
Gets
too
him
many
for
times.
4. I wonder if he's supposed to just hold the Marshal.
Ledger Shredder.
Alright, play a Shredder. Play an Iteration.
So the
Going to
connive
connive then surveil.
surveil, put in grave. 1, 2, 3. Exile, hand, bottom.
Has a Spire Bluff Canal.
Play this.
Plays it as a land for turn.
And I will.
Yeah, I wonder if you're supposed to. Not the War Marshal, whatever the new Lord is called.
No effects.
Yeah, I wonder if you're supposed to just hold it, then jam the attack next turn. You still get in the same amount of damage. And then this turn, you'd be able to play it with the Cavern, attacking with 5 things that are all buffed. So, block, block. No, yeah. Well, unless he has a bolt, then Adam would win the game there.
Golden Harbinger.
Put the card on top, correct?
Yes.
Alright, as a Harbinger, going to tutor a card to the top of the deck.
Sun Gang on top.
I figured.
Alright, goes and puts a Sling Gang Lieutenant on top.
Alright.
He's at 15.
Oh, no, let's see. Move attack.
Block matron and a token.
Okay.
I take 3.
Alright, jams in for 3, puts Harry to 2.
Oh, sorry. 14.
Yeah, 14? Okay.
Sorry. Wait. Oh, this was. Wait. Oh my God! What just happened?
I blocked the matron. and
Okay,
the
that was
token.
trash. Okay. Sorry. Got distracted with 2 scorecards.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Alright, so Harry has 6, 9, 10, 11. If he has a bolt,
Start with the
he
frantic
has lethal.
inventory Trigger.
Okay.
So.
I have Frantic Inventory, Surveil,
I'll put this in grave. I'll draw.
draws a card.
Card. So 6, 9, 11. Swing for 11.
Alright, jams in.
I will
Hitting
fold.
for 11 and has the lethal lightning
So
bolt.
I do. Can I surveil?
Yep.
I mean, I put that in grave. That's.
Alright,
Yeah, well,
cool.
that was
Game
fun.
1's gonna go to Harry. We'll be right back with
Yeah.
game 2 in just a second, folks.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got greedy with Quartermaster. I shouldn't have matroned that.
And here we are in game 2, folks. We got Adam on the play, leading on a Cavern of Souls, naming Goblin. And we're going to play the Goblin that lets you sack a creature, or sack a Goblin, add 1 red mana. I want to say it's Skirk Prospector. Yeah, go me.
Move to attack.
It's always a small win whenever I know the name of a card that I haven't actually played with. / don't see it too often. Alright, so we attacked in for 1 with the Prospector.
And with a goblin.
Going to play the Hovel. I think it's Anti-Hovel? Yeah, Anti-Hovel. Because it's only tapped unless you reveal a Goblin card. What's cool is it's a Goblin card, so if you, it's in Legacy, the Goblin, whatchamacallit? What is the name of the card? The Goblin Tribal card. Oh well. You could reveal that. A Goblin Tribal, like, instant sorcery.
Play an island. We'll play a Ledger Shredder.
Right, 2 mana play Ledger Shredder. Life totals have been updated. Sweet. Alrighty. Prospector is going to attack in here. Now, I wouldn't be too surprised if the Shredder just were to... Oh, no, he has a munitions expert. It wouldn't end well for him then. He loses the Shredder. Taking 1 damage, going down to 15. Perfectly reasonable.
Polluted Delta.
Going to play Polluted Delta as the land for turn.
Swing for 1.
Attacks in for 1 in the air. Battle of the 1 damage ships. Let's get it. If you haven't killed your opponent by attacking for 1 10 times in a
I
row.
keep thinking it's a Bloodstained Mire. No,
Have you
it's
really
not.
played Magic?
Oh, the Annie's are, I would say I love that card.
Yeah, no, I just keep thinking it's not
I
normal.
think we're talking about our lands. Oh, Adam meant to fetch at the end of Harry's turn and forgot. Which, perfectly reasonable. It was late. This is round 2, so it's like a roughly 9 o'clock here. Or, no, like 8. 8:15. Still later in the day.
I'm gonna crack, go to 13.
Alright, Harry's going to fetch with Polluted Delta. Adam has 2 Bloodstained Mires in play. I imagine we're going to see both of them get fetched away this turn. Harry grabs a tap Steam Vents. Has 2 different arts for his Steam Vents. The monster. How dare he? Speaking of Shocklands, the pre-orders just went live on TCG Player for the Space Shocklands from Infinity. And as much as I dislike this set, I am going to have to spend so much money on the Shocks.
That's the turn.
All right, end of your
If you
turn.
haven't met me in person, I'm a big fan of space. I have an astronaut tattooed on my arm.
Are you sure?
Space is like
I'm sure this
my
is
favorite thing ever. So, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on space-related lands. Adam's gonna fetch here twice, grabbing 2 Blood Crypts with those 2 Bloodstained Mires.
Sorry, just making sure it's not something important. I help take care of my dad at home, so. Like, if he
I should just put goblins together.
And how it is,
Start playing some goblins in my free time.
next week and, go
To
a
rebuild Amulet Titan to help my friend Tester
friend's
Vegas.
house so he doesn't have to leave.
Look for all my
And
goblin
he
pieces
actually
while I'm
felt
digging through
last
stuff.
week, and he's actually house now because can't feel his leg. So I can definitely relate to being.
Neuropathy or
Looks like cellitis.
cellulitis?
Yep, and then maybe and the also having.
I wonder if this is a matchup where Murktide would consider playing or bringing Blood Moon in. Like, all of Adam's stuff is
He's at
red,
ER right now.
but you...
Yeah, he's actually
I don't know if they play swamps. You take away caverns, so then you can counterspell things.
So it's like, wait, no, you don't mess around with that.
And if they don't play swamps, they can't cast, like,
My brother is taking care, like,
Yeah.
dealing with him now.
Bogart and stuff like that. But I guess you don't need to cast that or Sling Gang Lieutenant. It does take away Munitions Expert, which is kind of big. I don't know.
We're tearing it up.
Yeah, we are.
I will name goblins.
Alright, Cavern. Naming Goblin. Adam has drawn a lot of lands this game.
Yeah, right?
Your turn.
Crap. I'm gonna flash into subtly.
Alright, going to cast a Subtlety here. Just putting up another attacker.
Let's see. I will swing for 4.
I'm going to chip in for 3, I believe.
I will pass the turn.
A 2-2 or a 3-2?
You have all the mana in the war, and Mox is coming down.
I haven't actually cast Subtlety in forever.
I mean, that'd be nice.
3-3. Okay. It's been a while.
There'd be issues. I guess it would be nice for me. It's like game-wise, right?
Alright, we're playing.
Going to play another Hobble.
I have a goblin.
Revealing a Goblin, so it comes in untapped.
Return trigger.
Giving that one a quick read,
Okay, sorry.
which means I probably don't know the name of it off the top of my head.
Play him.
I will let you choose whether you want it on top of your deck.
Yeah, I don't know which one that is.
It does not count.
Yeah.
It's got some fancy lightning art going on in there. He's smithing, maybe.
So he's at 15, correct?
Alright, so Adam is casting it. Harry's going to subtlety in response, so Adam can either put it on the top or bottom of his deck. This does not counter the card, therefore Cavern does not protect it.
On the bottom.
Sure.
Think of it like Aether Gust. But not as good. But you get a 3/3 flying body out of it too, so reasonable.
Munitions expert.
Sure.
I'm going to cast a Munitions Expert here, targeting that subtlety. And in response, we're going to cast a second Munitions Expert, which will target the other subtlety.
Actually.
Yep.
So I'm gonna connive on
Harry will get a Connive Trigger
So,
Correct, yes.
so you're
off
gonna have
the
to
first
respond to that,
Munitions
so,
Expert, but the target will stay the same.
No, I know, it's fine.
Connive. I'll put a counter spell on my grave.
So 3 to there,
Yeah.
and 3 to there.
Yeah. How does that?
Because
Does
when this
that work?
resolved, it counts when
And
you
then
have
I think
one
just
resolve.
explaining how
So
the
it's 3
interaction of
guys.
how that works. Just
They're resolving at
It
the
kills
same,
both.
They hit
No.
the battlefield at the
So
same
okay,
time?
so I cast this.
Yeah.
I target triggers.
Yeah.
Before this resolves.
doing some
It's
good
when they
quality
hit the battlefield.
explaining of
Correct, but
triggers
the
and
building hasn't
resolution.
resolved yet. So
Okay.
when it enters, I can have it deal damage to the amount of goblins you control.
Targeting for the ability is cost.
Right.
Okay.
Subtlety, and
Alright.
in response to his own trigger, he flashes in the
Right.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay.
Okay. And then move to attack.
Yeah. One.
Attacking for 1.
Your
Our Prospector has done damage. And that's what we want out of our 1/1s.
Consider.
Alright, gotta cast a Consider.
Draw.
Puts a Tarn into the graveyard.
Consider. Connive.
Alright, tap it blue. Going to cast another Consider. Going to get a Connive Trigger.
You have one card in hand.
one card in hand.
Consider will resolve.
Alright, then resolving the Consider effect. Dumps Chandler, draws Expressive Iteration. Great card. I saw a fantastic meme on Twitter today, and there is like legacy players just saying Unfitted is going to destroy the format and it's Expressive Iteration, but it's like the monkey where he has like he's just looking in a direction like nervously.
Murktide. For one.
I don't know if it's a monkey. I think it's a Muppet.
Swing for 3. Second main, I will play a land.
Scalding Tarn. Murktide Regent, more importantly. Alright, so there's 10 power on Harry's board. Adam's at 9. We are going to need potentially a miracle. 1 card in hand.
Boardmaster.
Cast the new Lord.
I will.
Now what's cool is Adam can start sacking things to the Prospector, triggering the Lord, hopefully finding something. There's a small chance, honestly, that he's able to combo kill Harry here. If he just finds the pieces. I don't know if he has enough mana.
I'm gonna
1, 2.
sack one of the prospector.
He has 5 mana total. So if you're producing 2, I think you can do it.
Response?
I think you can just like stumble your way into the combo. The top of your deck has to be insane, but
Alright, so that's an exile, and I can play it.
you could also just like find a Sling Gang Lieutenant. That should potentially, it could get him out of like lethal range.
I'm gonna cast the matron.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got.
I'll connive.
Yes.
Resolving that Connive Trigger. Dropping a Frantic Inventory into the graveyard. We are now at 11 power on the board for Harry.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I figured that's what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Unless, well, I mean,
No, that
sack.
was just.
Yeah, but I just figured
Mistake.
it'd be on the board until you sack it.
There's a lot of hand movement there. I cannot tell you what exactly that was, but you probably heard it, as their audio is underneath of mine.
Grab a swing game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, we have Matron Tutor to card.
Right. I will sack another, so I have a red.
Alright, I'm going to sack, make a man,
And
trigger.
triggers the
Yep.
Quartermaster.
Ringleader feels good.
Exile something off camera so we
One
can't
black.
see it.
Need 2, 3. For the Sling Gang.
Play Sling Gang Lieutenant.
Okay.
This will be able to buy Adam some life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put Harry to 5 and he can go to 15.
And pass turn.
Crack it, isn't it? Six. I will untap, I'll draw.
Alright, gonna untap.
Um,
We have
Expressive.
Expressive Duration, Unholy Heat, Consider in hand. There's Fury, card, something. That Fury is definitely going to be the one that gets exiled, that way you can cast it for the vote cost.
Question.
You want me to step away?
So. can
This
I
is Harry
cast
asking me if he's able to do
what
that.
I would want from exile.
Yes, you can force it. One's alternative cost of casting cost will specify a location.
Okay. I will exile an Unholy Heat to attempt to evoke a Fury.
Okay.
Your iteration in the graveyard as well.
Well, it has resolving or.
No, that yeah, resolves.
All right. So I will target one here, one here, one here, and one here.
We're counting some things out. Fury's killing some
That is
things.
also my second spell,
Okay.
so I will command.
So the ones that you targeted were this.
All the ones that are not tokens, basically.
Okay.
At this point, we're going to see some Sling Gang activations.
In response, I'm going to sack this to drain.
Sure. I get a 9.
Right. And then I'm at 9 as well.
I'm at 9, right?
Yeah.
You're at 9.
Okay.
And a bunch of them at that. Ooh.
Oh, I'm probably missing stuff with the. I gotta stop trying to do 2 places.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up.
Yeah, this is
I'm
only
not-
if I miss something.
Okay.
I'll update it as I get.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I did that. That triggers.
So I can use mine.
So he goes in exile also. And so I will sack the prospector to drain.
Okay.
So, and triggers that. Secluded courtyard.
Oh, okay.
All
so
the
I can
activations.
shiny.
We'll sack the
Sling Gang this, Sling Gang that,
Quartermaster
Sling Gang
to-
that. And then you get more triggers with all the goblins dying and then him dying and they get to trigger them again.
And then it's okay. So this triggers that into exile.
is at
I'm at
12 life currently.
4, 5, 9.
Counting out how much damage Harry has on board.
So I will
Fury has resolved. Can Sling Gang sack itself?
sack another goblin to drain.
Go to 13.
Yeah, sack a goblin. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure.
And yeah, we'll sack this last one too.
I go to 5, you go to 14.
Yep. And then sack that.
You go to
Alright.
15, I go to 4.
Yes. Okay.
I will swing for
Go ahead to combat.
5, 12,
Taking in 4, 12 damage.
and then I will attempt to bolt you.
And is going to bolt Adam, and that is going to be
Ooh,
lethal.
lands.
Alright, folks, Harry's going to take it 2-0 with Izzet Murktide over Rakdos Goblins. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.
Oh, jeez.
It just was not meant to be.
Yeah, I have a single Fury in the sideboard for like spicy things coming.